Hey guys, come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm gonna go live on TikTok also. Come on in, come on in. So I am live on TikTok and I am live on YouTube. So guys, come on in. Come on in, guys, come on in, come on in. I'm sipping on water. I'm sipping on water. I'm sipping on water. So hey guys, come on in, come on in. It is Winning Wednesday. Winning Wednesday. Come on in, come on in. Let me see. Last 5 people that you messaged or the last 5 people that you text. Come on in, come on in. It is Winning Wednesday. It is a new month. It is a new month. Okay. It is a new month. So new money, new things, new goals, new thoughts, all kinds of new things, to happen, in the new month, right? So today's Winning Wednesday, and we go live 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we focus on wealth building and how we can build wealth, and how we can steward our money, how we can save our money, and how we can invest our money. So last week we were focused on investing. The week before we focused on saving. And then the week before we focused on stewardship, right? So we're going to keep the topic of investing because investing is a topic that we don't talk about enough. And enough people are not investing. Enough people are not investing in the stock market. Enough people are not investing, their money, so that their money can grow or their money can work for them. Most people, they work their jobs and, that's it. Most people work their jobs and, that's it. And if the jobs are no good or the job shut down or the job lay you off, then people feel stuck, right? I think the government shut down today. I think today was the day, or last night was the time that they were supposed to come to an agreement. And I think the government has shut down. So that means, things won't get done, which in the government, a lot of shit don't get done, anyway. So, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys. So come on and share this with at least 5 people that you know. Share this. I'm live on YouTube and I'm live on TikTok. So I will be going live Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays at 9 a.m. to help you focus on your money. We're going to be focused on investing. Okay, we're going to be focusing on investing, and I'm going to be giving you some of the stocks that I'm investing in. Right, and I'm going to be giving you guys tips on different businesses that you guys can start just to make an extra $100 to $500 a month right from home. Right, literally, guys, right from home. Right, so today's Winning Wednesday. Let me know where you guys are coming in from. Hey guys on TikTok. Hey guys on YouTube. Let me know where you guys are coming in from. So today's Winning Wednesday. Winning Wednesday. What does winning mean to you? Right? What does winning look like to you? Right? How do you win? And how do you keep winning, for years to come, months to come, minutes to come, right? How do we keep winning? Right? How do we keep winning, right? So it's Winning Wednesday. Let's focus on investing, right? So the stock market, guys, been around forever, right? The stock market has made people millions, billions, and trillions of dollars over the years, okay? Investing is not one of those things that you put $50 in and you pull $50 million out the next day, right? With investing, you need time, right? Here's one thing about time. Time is a commodity. We can't get time back, right? We can always make more money, but we can never get time back. So with investing, right, 2 years is going to go by, 3 years is going to go by, 10 years is going to go by, 50 years is going to go by. So in that time, right, how is our money working for us? Hey, Camille, how are you? How is our money working for us? Okay. One thing we learned in school is that we go to work and we get a paycheck. We go to work and we get a paycheck. We go to work and we get a paycheck. And that's the only way that we're making money, right? But what if you started investing and learning about investing and started putting up $100 a month into the stock market? What if you started putting $50 a month, right, into the stock market, right? See, in the stock market, right, people are scared because the stock market could crash. People, could lose money. But guess what? Overall, over the 50, 60, 70 years that the stock market has been around, it has literally went up. Okay? It has literally went up hundreds and hundreds and thousands of percent, right? So yeah, they had bad years just like we have bad years, right? We have bad years in our life, right? We got bad years in our finances. We got bad years in our emotions, right? We got people dying, right? So everybody things happen, right? In everybody's life. So the same thing, right? The same thing, right? Hey, Camille. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. Hey, Chills. How are you guys? How are you guys? Share this with at least the last 5 people that you text. I'm on TikTok also, too. So we're talking about investing. And we go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. Getting you guys focused on your money. And we have an app called the School of Money and Wealth. You guys need to get into that. And then I have a PDF that you guys can download. I have training that you guys can go through. Amazon training, become an Amazon affiliate. You guys can also purchase the ABCs of Wealth Building book. And thank you guys for all the love. That's people that's buying the books, that's leaving reviews, on it, and the Amazon book. So if you want to make some extra money, $100 to $500, a month, then you definitely want to get the Amazon book and go through the Amazon training, Amazon affiliate, Amazon influencer, so you can make some passive residual income. Okay. So imagine, right? You are 10 years old, right? And your parents started investing at 10 years old for you, right? So this is what rich people and wealthy people do for their children, right? They invest for their children. So when their children are 18, when their children become 21, when their children become 25, guess what happens, right? Now the child has money, right? So the goal is to build $1 million portfolio, and it may take 10 years. It may take 20 years, just depending on how much you are investing. So if your child is 10, or if your child is 1 year old, and instead of spending all the money on birthday parties, instead of spending all the money on sneakers, instead of spending all the money on PlayStation games, instead of spending all the money on the junk that we spend money on, imagine putting all that money every single year into a dividend paying stock or ETF that's continuing to rise. By the time your child is 18, or by the time you're 21, by the time your child is 25, they can have a $500 to $1 million portfolio that can pay them out 10 to 20% a year. What is 10% of 500,000? $50,000. How many people are actually going to college right now to get a $50,000 job, but they spending $100,000 to get the degree to only make $50,000, right? So even if, right, 50,000, right? Now, what if you got your portfolio to $1 million, right? What if you got your portfolio to $1 million and that's paying you out 10% a year? Now you're making 100 grand every single year, right? But it's broken up in every quarter, right? You're making $100,000 a year, $100,000 to $200,000. This is one of the wealth hacks, friends. Investing is one of the wealth hacks, but we got to get started with our children, right? Every birthday, you should be investing. So a stock that I think is great that covers the whole S&P 500 is called VOO. I started about 2-3 years ago, invested in a stock called VOO. Okay, it's a Vanguard stock. Okay, Vanguard is a brokerage account, right? Vanguard I started VOO 3 years ago, and it was under $300 a share. So one share of VOO gets you access or exposure to tech stocks, Meta, Amazon, bank stock, healthcare stocks. The list goes on and on, right? Now, the VOO stock, even if I just bought one 2 years ago, it was $300. Now it's $612. You guys can look that up yourself, right? VOO, right? VOO. Okay, you guys can look that up yourself. So that means in 2 years, right? 2 years, I made $300 on my money, right? Plus, it pays quarterly dividends. So I'm making money on the money, plus I'm making money by the stock rising, right? So you make money because it's paying out dividends, and you're making money because the stock is rising. Now, again, if I would have had 10 shares, 20 shares, 30 shares, 40 shares, 50 shares, 60 shares, 100 shares, right? I would have made way more money, right? So here's how this works, right? The wealth hack, right? You want to have money. You want to save money for the sake of having money, right? You want to put that into a high yield savings account. Okay, you want to put that into a high yield savings account. If you guys don't have a high yield savings account, you guys can join my app, which is called the School of Money. Okay, the School of Money. All right, and I have a way for you to download a brokerage account where you can download the brokerage account, get $25 to start investing, and then also too now download the bank app, right? The bank side to it, where you now have a high yield checking and savings account, which is like 3%, right? No bank, plenty banks are not paying 3% right now on your money. It's definitely not at all, right? So you want to save money for the sake of saving money, right? And you want to save it in a high yield savings account so your money can have some money, right? So $100 a month, $200 a month, $50 a month, $5 a month, whatever you can do, right? Let's stop spending so much money. Right, I had a meeting with his principals, and I told them, I said, we spend to infinity. There's no cap on spending, right? There's literally no cap on spending, right? This is the problem with the government, how the government shut down today because the government don't want to stop spending, right? So there's no cap on spending. It's just like spend, 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 keep spending, keep spending, keep spending, keep spending, keep spending, spend to infinity. We spend to infinity, right? And there's no chill on spending, right? This is why America is in $37 trillion in debt. That's why you got over 500,000 people a year filing bankruptcy. This is why you got people losing their homes, people losing their minds, people losing their jobs, people losing their cars, people losing everything. All right, chill. Thank you so much. Thank you. Right? So we got to get into the mindset, right? Even myself, right? I used to have the Fashion Nova app on my phone. Every week I'm buying something. I'm like, I can't be buying something every week. So I removed the app. Some of y'all need to remove all of these shopping apps off of your phones, right? Because we spend to infinity, right? Broke people, middle class spend the most money on junk. Junk food, junk clothes, and just garbage in general, right? So some of y'all need to take off some of those shopping apps, Amazon, Fashion Nova, Shein, Temu, Akira app, all these different apps that literally is trying to take all of your money, right? We got to get out of the mindset, friends, that spending makes us feel good. Right? Oh, I'm going to spend. Oh, I deserve this bag. Oh, I deserve this wig. Oh, I deserve this drink. No, right? We got to get out of that mindset, right? Of keep spending to infinity. Because if we don't have any chill, right, on our spending, what happens is we spend to infinity. Right? We never try to figure out how money works, right? We never get into the mindset of building wealth, right? And then we never are able to get ahead. Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, definitely come in, should hit the like button and make sure you share this with at least 5 people, the last 5 people that you text, okay? And subscribe to my YouTube, okay? So we're talking about money. We're talking about stewardship. We're talking about investing. One of the things that we don't do, friends, is invest our money. We don't. Right? We just spend our money to infinity, friends. And unfortunately, right now, the government is shut down. So a lot of people won't be getting paid. A lot of the federal workers will not be getting paid. You won't be getting your mail today. You won't be getting certain things today, right? And I don't know how long the government is going to be shut down for, but guess what? If you don't put yourself in position, we're going to always be at the mercy of the government. Right? We got to put ourselves in position to win, right? If not, we're going to always be at the mercy of the government, friends, right? So, if you guys are not in my app, which is called the School of Money and Wealth, right? I have a free PDF that you guys can download so you can start helping you to transform your mind and start thinking about wealth. I go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Money Monday, Winning Wednesday, Freedom Friday, right? I go live to help you guys start thinking about your money, right? I've been an entrepreneur for 13 years. Here's my book, one of my best sellers, which is called The ABCs of Wealth Building for Children. I also have an Amazon book if you guys are interested in becoming Amazon sellers, or if you want to become an Amazon influencer or get paid to shop. Right? So this book I sell to the schools, and this book I also sell to the schools, guys. So saving your money in a high yield savings account. You definitely want to have an emergency fund. You know, just like the pandemic, how many people didn't have anything? So you want to have at least $1,000 to $10,000 in an emergency fund. You guys should be writing this down, right? Saving money in a high yield savings account and be consistent. Every time you get the urge to buy something on Amazon, save it. Every time you get the urge to go to happy hour and spend $200-300 at happy hour, save it. Right? So we got to start transforming our mindset. Okay. So save for the sake of having money, because I always want to have money every day, every week, every hour, every minute, every month. Okay. Then you want to have an emergency fund, guys, because we are living. Life be lifing. Life be lifing. People dying on us, jobs laying people off, people losing their houses, people going crazy. We need money. I don't care what situation you're in. Right? I don't care if if you got a job paying $10 an hour, or if you got a job paying $1,000 an hour. Right? Everybody, life, no one's exempt from pain, depression, death, hurt, agony. No one's exempt from that. Right? So we want to have money for the sake of having money, and we want, right, to have an emergency fund just in case things happen, right? And then, guys, we got to figure out how to start budgeting, right? We got to start budgeting. So as an entrepreneur, right, there's slow times, right? Of course, on the internet, they tell you, they making millions of dollars and there's no slow times, right? In business, okay, there's slow times. There's good times in business, and there's slow times, right? You have a good month and you can have a bad month, right? I can have a good month, which is 50,000. I can make $50,000 in a month. I can make $100,000. I can make $30,000. But then I can have 2 or 3 months where I'm only making 5,000 a month, or 3,000 a month, or 8,000 a month, right? So I have to know how to budget my money. But thank God that I am already in the investing realm, where I make passive residual income, right, from investing. I make passive residual income from selling my books. I make passive residual income, right, from the stocks, right, that are paying me. And I make passive residual income from TikTok, YouTube, and Amazon. TikTok, Amazon, and YouTube alone can pay my monthly bills. Amazon affiliate, TikTok affiliate, YouTube. These platforms pay me every month, and those money that I get passively can help pay some of my bills. Right? But you got to get started, right? You have to get started, right? So you save money for the sake of having money. Have an emergency fund. You want to budget. You want to become your own financial advisor to look at your money, start seeing what's coming in, start seeing what's going out. What can you start cutting, right? And then you want to have a passive residual income strategy, right? Remember, guys, we're not going to work our whole life. Nobody's going to be doing YouTube until they're 99 years old. Nobody's going to be on Amazon forever, right? We're not going to have YouTube and all these platforms forever. Right? The internet will change, right? It will change, all right? So we got to start setting ourselves up, right? Wealth is not about chasing money, right? Or chasing riches. It's about putting yourself in position so that money and riches can start chasing you. Some of y'all need to fast. Some of y'all need to pray more. Some of y'all need to read the Bible more. Some of y'all need to build your faith more, right? Because life is something that ain't easy. And there's no book that comes with how to do this, how to life, how to do this in life. When you're depressed, this is what you do. When when you're not feeling good, this is what you do. When you're winning, this is what you do. When you have kids, this is what you do. When you get married, there's no manual to life. Okay? Now they say the Bible is, right? But how many people read the Bible? A lot of people don't read the Bible, right? So we got to get into the mindset, friends, of wealth building, putting ourselves in position to win. Okay, putting yourself in position to win. Everybody don't have to start a business. Everybody don't have to be an entrepreneur, but you definitely need a way to bring yourself in some passive residual income for your family. Okay, so if you guys are not in the app, it's called the School of Money and Wealth. It should be in the description of one of my videos. You guys join. It's free for now. And then you can download the PDF. I got ways that you guys can get a high yield savings account, how you can open up your own brokerage account and get $25. They literally giving you $25 just for opening up the account, a high yield savings and a high yield checking account. They also have loans, personal loans, business loans, and they also monitor your credit. Okay, they also monitor your credit. Okay, so if you guys are not in the app, go to the link in the description, go to the link in the bio, and join, share it with your friends. And I'm live Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 9 a.m. Mondays, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. And we're focusing on your money. We're focused on wealth building. And we're focusing, guys, how can we get ahead in life? So this your girl. Make sure you guys are following me everywhere at Coach Tanisha Marie on all platforms. And I'll see you guys on the next live.